Well, it's June 1st, and I'm just wrapping up the final packing for the house here at 377. And we'll get the truck loaded today. At least I should get the whole thing loaded. 6 a.m. Rained last night. I'm sitting in this wonderful structure I built, the Cat Gazebo, admiring my work, having a cup of coffee, and just thinking back, man, reminiscing. The number of hours I put into this thing, building this thing, is just mind-boggling. And the history behind this thing is also mind-boggling. Because this thing started out as a deck. So I built the deck in the shape of an octagon. And at the time, I wanted to bring my cat Muffet outside, and I couldn't. But I built the deck with the railings. You can see the railings, and they go all the way around to try to keep her in. And anyway, she got old, and then she eventually passed. And I got a new set of cats, which I still have today. And I decided I wanted to enclose the deck, so I decided to build a cat gazebo. That way my cats could come outside. And so I built all these walls individually back in the back shed. And I built each wall by hand. And I did not build them as I went. I built every one of these walls. I don't know, there's like 29 of them or something, individually as parts. Then I assembled it, and it all fit perfectly. It was just crazy. And if you know anything about construction, that doesn't happen. You build as you go. You take boards, you cut them, you nail them together. You take the next board, you cut it, you nail it together. You don't take all the boards into the back, cut them, assemble them, and then hopefully they'll fit together when you're all done. Anyway, I did that, and I started building the walls, and then I put the walls up, and I said, I'm going to make screens. So I screened the whole thing. I made I don't know how many screens I made, a ridiculous number of screens. I can't remember, but the whole thing was screened in, top, bottom, individual screens for everything. And then screened the whole thing in, and of course that wasn't good enough. So at that point, I'm like, I think I want windows. So I bought plexiglass windows, and I put plexiglass windows everywhere. And at the time, I should say, I also did the roof. And I did the roof with 1/4-inch plywood, and I used 2x2 for trusses. And over time, that got the shit beat out of it. So, of course, that wasn't going to work. So at that point, I went over the 1/4-inch plywood with 1/2-inch plywood, and I had to retruss it. So at that point, I got rid of all the 2x2s. You can see I used a combination of 2x4s, and I think I used 2x3 supports along the between the wall and the ceiling joists or ceiling rafters. And so that changed. The doors I made, I bought these screen doors, and I put this plexi over them. And of course that wasn't good enough. So I bought real storm doors. I haven't even put those on. And then, and by the way, the roof doesn't leak at all, but it will eventually. So I bought all the metal roofing. I spent like $3,000 on all the metal fasteners, all the parts, edging, everything, the J channels, everything. And real nice, super metal roof. And I didn't put that on. That's in the back shed. But after I got the And the deck was beautiful. The deck itself, the floor was absolutely gorgeous. It looked like furniture. It had this beautiful diamond pattern in it with all these custom facets on it. It was just really neat. And of course, at that point, I'm like, the cats were out here enjoying it. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to carpet it. So then I put padding in, carpeted it. And then at that point, I go, well, shit, I might as well heat it. So I put a heater in. I put the hot dog in. That thing blasts too. It just absolutely blasts. Even though this thing's poorly insulated right now, with the combination of the polycarbonate windows and the regular windows and the door openings and stuff, this heater just absolutely kicks it. And so I put the heater in. And then, of course, it got warm in the summertime. So at that point, I go, well, it needs to be air conditioned. So, so, so I put an air conditioner in. The air conditioner goes right there behind that couch, and it's in the garage. I'm going to try it. It's really heavy. It's a big one, but the mounting for the AC is on the back side of that. It just slides right in, and just plug it in, and you're done. I always took it out in the winter, but so yeah, I had to air condition it too, and it's just crazy. I put in the catwalks all the way around. I put the cat tunnel from the master bedroom. You can see it. There's the cat tunnel, and they can come in through this little opening right here, and then they get on the catwalk. And then, of course, you wanted them to have a nice soft landing, so I built this over here so they could jump down. Most of the cats just jumped right off of the catwalk, but the older ones, or little heavier ones, like Lucky, would jump to the little thing I have here, a little stool or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this thing is just it's been it's been through a metamorphosis. It's just transformed with one thing after another, and it's just fucking cool. And I really hope the people that move in just absolutely enjoy the fuck out of this place, because just coming out here and having my coffee in the morning, it's just wonderful. It's just so temperate in here. It gets real hot during the day, but it cools off very quickly. My plan, of course, which I never finished too, was I really wanted to put the windows. There's windows there, and then these aren't. These are just polycarbonate. That one, that one, that one, that one, and those two in the back are also polycarbonate. Oh, and that one over there is polycarbonate behind the TV. And I wanted to put windows in there, but it got too pricey. So, but boy, if this thing had windows all the way around, it would cool off so quickly after it heated up during the day. The other thing I wanted to do too is I wanted to put better panels in these, all the lower panels down here and these big vertical panels. Those are just, I think it's 3/8 inch plywood. So that's not a very insulative material. I really wanted to replace all those as well, but I never got around to that. And it's just cool though. You look out into the backyard and you just go, it's nice and open and green, and it looks like a meadow back there. It's really cool. What a neat place. What a beautiful home. Anyway, that's it. Just wanted to get this off my checklist. The History of the Cat Gazebo by James Tornero. Signing off.